is this
All right,
great?
friends, so let's kick this off with Miles Morales. Looks really cool and definitely looks a little bit different than the one we opened that was a Target exclusive, I believe, from a while back. Because if you look, this face definitely looks a lot more like the animated movie. But I love that there's the full costume here, a suit, I should say, and then here we have, you know, his jacket and those shorts over it. So that's really awesome. But we'll take a look at both of these. But let's start off with our brand new action figure that just dropped. And I've already seen this at Walmart, seen them at Target, seen them at GameStop. So I'm assuming Think Geek as well. And several of them dropped at all the Walmarts I went to, but then sold out quickly. So let's take a look at this incredible Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse action figure. And I love how we're going to be looking at 4 from this movie. And of course, the Build-A-Figure set makes STILT MAN, and says 1 is right here. It's I guess this, I honestly don't know exactly what this is. It's like his back, the part that's on his shoulders, and almost like a cradle like for his head, because his head would be on the third action figure here, which is Peter B. Parker. So awesome artwork, and it looks like it's the same one that's back here, so it might be the same one 3 times with a mirror image on the side. And let's read what it says about Miles. It says, a Brooklyn native and just 13 years old, Miles Morales is a Spider-Man unlike any we've ever seen before. And this art looks incredible, and I can't wait to get him open. And as I mentioned before, we do have, let me see if I can get this right here, if I can reach it. We did get 2. So let me just say that we did get 2, because I would like to have one with and without the mask. So let's get this bad boy open. And I thought one of them was gonna say with a GameStop sticker on the bottom, but we may have gotten both of them at Walmart. Just throwing that out there. Let's get them on out. Take a look at that. So here's our Build-A-Figure piece. I don't know how rugged it's built, because it is definitely shifting a little bit, but maybe it's just because it's softer plastic. So there we go. I'll set that aside. Pop that back out. Let's get Miles out of here. And take a look at this. So, interesting side note. There is this mark on Miles' forehead. If you see right there, they were all like that. Look at that. So, unless I'm forgetting something that happened in the movie, because I definitely don't see that mark right here on this artwork, and I definitely don't remember him having just a scrape on the top, but all of the action figures that I saw at every Walmart and the one at GameStop, they all had this little blemish right there, so I thought that was interesting. So, set them aside right here. And let's see which one has the better face. And the one that has the better face, this one looks like it might have a little bit right here to kind of sand down. So maybe this is the one that we used the swapped out head. But let's take a look at this. So I love the texture on the head, and overall, wow, it definitely moves a lot. Look at this. So let's see what sort of mobility we have. I would actually think his head would go back just a slight bit further. It definitely comes really far forward and tilts, so there's lots of expression that happens on this head. Look at that. So that's a lot more than I'm used to in a Marvel Legend. Look how this is actually 2 layers for this jacket right here. So we could definitely take both off, however, we'd still have these blue sleeves. So let's get even closer here. And let's see what his suit looks like underneath. Looks like we have a pretty gnarly ab crunch. Look at that. Which is great because this is a Spider-Man type action figure that needs a lot of potential articulation. Look at that. This is awesome. Okay, it looks like we don't turn necessarily at the waist, but we have a full-blown pivot here, joint. So that's cool. And the ab crunch right here. So we've got definitely great articulation there. Looks like the arms spin all the way around, but it does not look like we have the butterfly joint there. So the arms go this far forward and this far back. And then bring his head back up there. Let's see, do we have single or double joints? We have a single joint at the elbow. However, look how far back it goes, because this is definitely more than a 90-degree angle, which would have been straight right here. So that's pretty awesome mobility here at the and articulation at the elbow to be more than 90 degrees. Let's see, this spins right here and goes back and forth. Same on this one, except this one is ready to fire off webs. And then it looks like we have hands to match that for either side. Let's see, the legs go, you know, pretty far out actually. Let's see if they come to 90-degree angle forward. Looks like they do not. They're actually restricted right here. And do they turn? They look like they may not at the upper part of the thigh, so that's interesting. We do have double joints at the knees. It does hit the long shorts we have here, right? And it looks like we can pivot it pretty well though. Look at that. So that's good. And then we have good ankle joints, that point right here with the sneakers. Look at that. So I'm definitely liking that. So the sculpt looks awesome. Look at his belt, pockets. It's got this beautiful attention to detail. And then this, let's see, this hood looks like it might be glued to the other jacket, which is interesting because it's two pieces, but it isn't. So it looks like it is attached or glued here. Okay, so and then the arms go about 90-degree angle out. So let's swap out the head by twisting and pulling. Wow, that's interesting. So this actually goes into there. That's unlike what we're used to seeing with Marvel Legends. And this head looks like it has to be pushed from the top out. There we go, pretty snug in there. And look at this. That's interesting. Definitely not used to that. I don't want to use a sharp object to take it out. I want to use a dull. Look at that. Oh, that's definitely different. Look at this. Let's see how hard or easy it is. No, it's fairly simple actually. Pop it in there, and then again, like, doesn't feel as fully secure as I would like it to, but still feels pretty good. Look at that. So, all right, because it doesn't really move at the neck. Okay, so set this aside. I'm actually going to put this one away in here. Let it fit. Put this away right here for now. And let's see what sort of posing. Look, I already pinched myself. Just by going like this. So obviously beware of that. So let me get just a simple pose. There we go. And let's get it to stand. So give me just 1 second, and I'll move this out of the way too. Okay, awesome. So we'll go ahead and just have him standing right here. And let me just say, his limbs are a little thin, and his ankles are a little small, and feet and so on. So he may need additional support when it comes time to pose him. So just keep that in mind. But nonetheless, does look great, and would probably look awesome with a stand if we were doing all sorts of other poses, like from the movie. And we can definitely draw inspiration from those. So Miles Morales looks awesome. And you know what? Why don't we open the other one real quick? So we've already seen what that would look like. Let's open the other one and put them right next to it. What do you say? Give me a second. Well, I was gonna try and be smooth and stop motion my way into putting the other Miles Morales up here, but it fell like that. Even though I wasn't stomping around like that, that's basically how it fell. And this is Miles. So let me see what I can do to pose him right there next to him, and then we'll move on to our next action figure. Give me a second. Okay, so I've made a very simple strong pose that would contrast him over here, his action pose, and just kind of like marveling at his ability. But if you notice, this hand actually has straight fingers, and this one has it kind of curved in. And then although his leg doesn't move at the high part of the thigh, it actually moves here. Look at this, underneath where it comes out what would be the pant leg. So let's just have him standing like that. We'll set him off to the side. And yeah, I also swapped out his hand, which just you twist and pull, but you want to hold here, twist and pull. All right, so let's set him up on over here. Oop. We don't want him to fall, and set him right up next to the other Miles. And since we're probably gonna have multiple action figures, let's go ahead and put them just like that for now. And then we have to move anybody, we will. All right, guys, let's move on. What do you say? All right, awesome.